On? This is your math instructor, Mr. P, and 8.1 is where we're at. We're talking about measurement word problems right now, and basically I'm trying to get my students set up for Math 050 conversion factors, because all through that class you're going to be doing nothing but conversion factors. So I'm going to get you hip to what that means today. So 8.1 measurement word problems where we're using conversion factors. So we answer questions typically like this. How many hours are there in a week? Well, we know, so you're going to set it up like this. What is given here? It's asking for how many hours. So that means in 1 week, so that's what's given, 1 week. 1 week is how many hours. So over here, I'm going to start by writing what we given, which is 1 week, times, now this is what's called a conversion factor. This is what conversion factor, because this amount right here means 1, because 7 days equals 1 week. So the same thing over each other is always what? 1. So one times this is this, right? So 1 times this is always this, right? So at the same time, if we got week up here, we need weeks down here, so the units will cancel. So weeks will cancel weeks, and we'll be left with just days. So that's how it works. So you set it up to where the units that you're talking about is going to cancel, and you'll get into the unit you need, which is days. So weeks cancel here, and we know that 7 days is 1 week, right? But we also know that times, this is also 1, 2. This is a conversion factor 1, and 24 hours is 1 day. So this is 1, 2. So 1 times this is still this. So weeks going to cancel, the days are going to cancel, and we left with hours. So we'll be left with what we need is hours right there. So how did I get the 168? Well, these are fractions we're multiplying. You know, when you multiply fractions, you go straight across. So 7 times 4 is 168. And this is just a bunch of ones down here. Remember, all the units cancel. The weeks cancel and the days cancel. So that's why it's 168 here. So that's why the answer is 168. All right, so let's go to the next example. 8 pints is how many quarts? Well, you usually have like some sort of scheme around, some sort of chart to tell you how many pints is a quart. So 8 pints is 1 quart, right? Or I'm sorry, 8 pints is how many quarts? Well, we know that you're gonna find out if you look at the chart that 1 quart is always equal to 2 pints, or 2 pints is 1 quart. But we need to find out how many quarts. So that means quarts is gonna be up here, and the pints are gonna cancel. So I'm gonna write always what we given. See, we're already given the 8 pints, so that's what we're given, times the conversion factor, because this is 1. Because 2 pints is always equal to 1 quart. So this right here is 1. So, but you see the pints are going to cancel and be left with quarts. And you see that you're going to have to divide here, because all these cross cancel. 8 and the 2 cross cancel, or 8 divided by 2 is 4. So it's 4 quarts. So that one's not that bad. Now the question here is, how do you write 121 inches in terms of feet and inches? Well, all this is a long division problem using 12, because the relationship is feet and inches is 12. So all I did was long division here. Why did I do 12? Because 12 inches is 1 foot. So I just did the long division here to find out how many times 12 go into 121. Well, 12 goes into 120 10 times with 1 left over, right? So you see all the long division work here. I did 12 going to 12 1 times 12, 12, subtract, you get 0. Then you bring down to 1. I know it's real tiny, but that's what's on here. And then when you subtract, you're gonna get 1 minus 0 is 1, and you're gonna be left with a remainder of 1. Well, that remainder of 1 is 1 inch, and the 10 is the quotient. So this would be 10 feet and 1 inch. That's what 121 inches is. So the instructions basically says write to 121 inches in terms of feet and inches. That's what the instructions would say. 9 feet is how many yards? Well, you got to put it into conversion factor status. So 9 feet is how many yards? Well, we always write what we're given, 9 feet, right? So 9 feet is given. And then it's the conversion factor, because we already know 3 feet is 1 yard. I know some people play football. 3 feet is 1 yard, right? And you see that the 9 divided by 3 is 3, and the feet are going to cancel too. The feet going to cancel with feet, and you be left with yards. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that's how this works. So this is real easy. Do a lot of problems on Alex like this, and I'm going to give you a lot more. Matter of fact, we're going to do another round. So have a good one. Hope this is a good lesson for you. 8.1, part 2 coming up. But 8.1, part 3 coming up. I'm sorry.